Hello Year 3, welcome to week 3 of our SPaG tutorial, and this week it's on using apostrophes, using them for contractions, which will be a really quick recap, and also using them for possession to show when something belongs to something else, so a possessive apostrophe. Okay, let's take a look first of all at our contractions. For work on Monday I've saved this to your home learning. So this gives you examples of contractions that you would use, particularly in informal writing. It's where you want to say something, instead of saying the full 2 words, you condense those 2 words or contract them into 1 word. So for example, the words would not, I would not think of doing that. I could write wouldn't instead. So I write the first word remains unchanged, would, and then I'm able to just take the not, I take the N and the T, and you can see that my apostrophe that floats up in the air there is there in place of the O. Take a look at this one. This one's slightly different. You would really like it at the beach. So instead of saying you would, I want to shorten it down and just say you'd. You would really like it at the beach. You'd really like it at the beach. So you'd, apostrophe in the air, you'd really like it at the beach. Can you see here that actually there's quite a few letters that are missing from the contraction? So that apostrophe is really important. Make sure you put it where the missing letters are, and you can't go wrong. Okay, so there's contractions. We've done them before. We did them shortly before Easter, so you should be pretty good at those. So let's take a look at the other use of an apostrophe. So this time we're looking at possessive apostrophes. We need to follow the rules for this. So if we have a singular noun, so just a single thing, a noun is a being or a thing or something in a sentence. So we've got dog, witch, class. You can see that they're all talking about one dog, one witch, one class. That's why they're singular. Let's take a look at what we do. It's really simple. The dog's bone, so the bone belongs to the dog. So what we do is we add apostrophe S. The witch's broomstick. It's one witch and it is her broomstick. So the broomstick belongs to the witch, and then the class, we're talking about one class. We're going to talk about lilac class or alder class, but one class. The class is book. So the book belongs to the class. You can see we've used apostrophe in the air and then S on the end of our singular noun. Now that's different to what we might do if we have a plural noun that ends in an S. So I've got the same nouns, dog, witch, class, but this time there's more than one dog. I know that because I've got my plural, I've got my S on the end. Notice that when you make a plural noun, you do not need to use an apostrophe, okay? You just put the S on the end, or you change the ending if you need to add ES. So this time we're talking about 3 dogs. So this time we've got the dogs, we might say the dog's play area. So the play area belongs to the 3 dogs. I have 3 dogs in my house, and the dogs have a lovely play area, and this time I only need to put an apostrophe after my S. So I don't change my plural noun. I put the apostrophe though after my S. It shows that the word following it is saying that that belongs to that. Look at witches. This time we're talking about 2 witches or 3 witches or 4 witches. So this time we're going to talk about the witches group. So let's say the witches group, maybe they all get together every week and have a lovely group. Look, I've missed the R out. So there you go, the witches group. I need to just put an apostrophe up in the air. I don't do apostrophe S. I already have an S on the end of my plural noun. The witches group. Classes. We have lots of classes at the Grove, and we have a fantastic playground that belongs to our Key Stage 2 classes. So if I want to say the playground belonging to the classes, more than one class, just a single apostrophe up in the air. So our rule for a plural noun ending in an S is that we just do the apostrophe in the air. We do not do apostrophe S. Okay? So there's two things that we need to do when we're showing possession. So the last thing I do want to talk about though is when we have irregular plural nouns. Not all of our plural nouns end in an S. Sometimes the word itself changes. So instead of saying there is a woman sitting on a chair, if there's more than one, we would refer to them as women. Same with child. Instead of saying there is one child waiting for the bus, if there's more than one, we will say children. There are 2 children or 3 children waiting for the bus. In this case, our noun is already a plural noun, but it's not ending in S. So we go back to our rule that we have for our first one, which is for the singular noun, if it's not ending in the S, we are going to put apostrophe S. Okay? So we use this choice here. So for an irregular plural noun, we will use apostrophe S. Right, okay, so hopefully that's been useful and it makes sense. The important things are don't use an apostrophe S just if you are making something a plural. If you're talking about 2 dogs, just put an S on the end. But if you're talking about the